Apple Gift Card is a practical gift that unlocks a world of entertainment and fun. You can send it via email or give a physical card to your loved ones. Your friends and family can spend it on their favorite Apple services, including Apple subscriptions. Apple Gift Card can be used to buy all things Apple: products, accessories, apps, games, movies, TV shows, iCloud Plus, and more. Visit apple.com for details and to send Apple Gift Cards to your friends and family this holiday season.
Okay, what's up, guys? Welcome to another episode of the TMossBoss Show. And in today's episode, I wanted to talk about Terry Crews and how to know if you got haters. Now, I'm gonna be speaking on, kind of a little bit on my situation dealing with hate. And then also if it's your own friends, people that you friends with on social media and stuff. I'll be discussing it all, but first things first, I wanted to talk about Terry Crews because Terry Crews, he's been in the news a lot recently. I don't know. I wouldn't necessarily say showing his hatred towards Black Lives Matter, but showing, I guess, in a way, he doesn't approve of Black Lives Matter. And for those that don't know, Terry Crews, he is a black man, all right? He's, one of the most iconic, black actors, I think, of my time at least. He's one of those guys where it's doesn't matter what movie he's in, what show he's in, you're going to know who he is. He's had some iconic roles. I mean, he was the father in Everybody Hates Chris. He was the perverted guy in White Chicks. What other movies? I remember when he was in Training Day. For those that don't, if you go back and watch Training Day, watch the scene where Denzel Washington, where he goes into the hood and then he talks to the one dude. That guy, to me, personally, he kind of looks like Kobe Bryant a little bit. But that guy that he was holding Denzel Washington at gunpoint when Jake was about to walk away and take the money and all that stuff. And then Denzel snapped on everybody. So that guy that was holding the gun, in the earlier scene, you see Terry Crews as his bodyguard or something like that. He didn't really look like a thug, though. He looked more like a bodyguard. So I think that's most likely why they was just we just need some muscular black guy in this movie and stuff. But anyways, so recently he's been tweeting his disapproval of Black Lives Matter. I don't know if he's necessarily disapproving of it, but let's open up his Twitter account. Because he made one tweet saying that he hopes that Black Lives Matter doesn't turn into Black Lives Better. And I personally don't know what he meant by that statement. What do you mean by Black Lives Better? Because I don't know if he's necessarily saying Black Lives better do this, or is he saying Black Lives are better than everybody else? That's not what we're getting at. That is not the message. Have you not been watching the news? Have you not been I'm saying, there has been some things going on with black people. I don't know if he's had his fair share of experiences. My thing is that I've never had my fair share of experiences with, cricket cops. But I've dealt with racism. Online, real life, I've dealt with my fair share of racism. And the way that people act, they make it seem like that black lives do not matter. From racist people, yeah, it's that's what I'm saying. How much racism have you experienced? You could go ahead and throw that whole I'm a black man in America and stuff. Yeah, that doesn't mean anything. How many times have you experienced some racism? Is it equivalent to the George Floyd situation, or to the Rodney King situation, or to the Trayvon Martin situation, or to any other situation out there? I'm not saying that I've dealt with that before, but I can put myself, I'm one of those people where I put myself in another person's shoes so I can understand, so I can have a better understanding of the situation. And those situations that I named off, George Floyd, Rodney King, Trayvon Martin, I would not want to be in any of those situations, because I know I would be fearing for my life, and I know I would be highly upset if I'm caught in the crossfire between me just being a black man in America and racism. It shouldn't be no crossfire. It shouldn't be nothing between that. It should just be, racist people just need to stop being racist, and black people just live out our lives and things. But anyways, and that's the thing where I'm putting myself in Terry Crews' shoes and things. I can understand, I guess, if he's came across some entitled black people, where black people, they be expecting everything to get handed to them. And if that's what he's like, and I feel like if I was in his shoes, those would be the black people that I would be addressing. But I would make sure, like, hey, I hope like we're doing this for like a good cause, and we're not doing this for like benefits, like, oh, a black person deserves to get free stuff in the store, or a black person deserves to be front and center in the line and things, or like not get pulled over by the cops. Like, we're just only asking for equality. That's all that we're asking for. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's like if he's saying that, if he's like talking to entitled black people, then okay, say that. But like when you leave off those like sub messages and things where it's like we don't really know who you talking to, but then we also like at the same time we kind of do know, but he didn't say that. So that's why I'm like, bro, what do you mean by like Black Lives Better? Cause that's what I'm like, yeah, it's I'm not trying to be better than anybody. I just don't want to do some petty crime and then I end up getting like life in prison for it, and then somebody else does that petty crime and then they just get like a $20 ticket or something. Like that's what we're looking forward in life and things. But anyways, I'm on his Twitter account right now. He hasn't really been tweeting anything related to Black Lives Matter or black people. He's just retweeting stuff off of TV show. Oh yeah, because isn't he like the dude that be standing off on the side of America's Got Talent or something like that? So yeah, he did like Nick Cannon's old job, I think. But dang, they're doing America's Got Talent. Like my thing up. Hold on for a second. I don't know if I'm like I'm hearing like some weird sound, like a monkey noise is going off or something. I'm like, bro, what is that noise? I was thinking it was like, it might have been my laptop, so I just turned it down just in case. But dang, it looked like they're doing America's Got Talent, but like a no fan edition and things. That's some crazy stuff right there. That's some serious crazy stuff. I feel like that should be like a web, like, or like a website or like a YouTube version or something of it. Like, you couldn't cut it out to be on the TV show, so you just got to be on this little web series and things. But anyways, yeah, he's just been tweeting stuff about America's Got Talent. I can't find any things with Black Lives Matter. I'm pretty sure there's like articles and stuff about it. Getting a little bit off topic, I guess that YouTuber Pokimane, she got a boyfriend now, and that's like trending on Twitter. And like, dang, people there's like, I guess there's like some people that was like kind of mad about that. I'm like, dang, the girl's not allowed to have a love life. Like it would have been a matter of time before she had found somebody. I'm like, dang, let people just live, like just let people just do their thing and stuff. But anyways, yeah, he's just like posting a bunch of stuff about America's Got Talent and then just working out photos and things. So he is saying, oh, wait a second. Oh, okay, here we go. I think I might have found some stuff. So he made a tweet saying, my struggle is also my advantage. The greater the struggle, the greater the glory. Then he goes on to post a quote from Booker T. Washington. In this respect, I learned the lesson that great men cultivate love and that only little men cherish a spirit of hatred. I learned the assistance given to... I don't know why this phone number keep like calling me and stuff. I'm like, I don't even know. I just pick up and hang up the phone. I'm like, bro, leave me alone. I'm trying to record a podcast right now. But anyways, and he says like that only little men cherish the spirit of hatred. I learned that that assistance given to the weak makes the one who gives it strong, and that oppression of the unfortunate makes one weak. So he's overall saying like people that cherish hatred is weak, and people that don't cherish hatred is strong. Like I don't understand. I need like a further explanation in that. So then he goes on to say in another earlier tweet, justice is balanced by mercy. Mercy is balanced by justice. No justice, no peace. But no mercy, no peace is equally true. So wait, what does he mean? Like, bro, that's something like I don't like when people when they say things but they're not being clear on what they're saying. Like for me at least, you gotta say it in a much more simple term. Like I don't be understanding when people they be like it's like you leaving off like codes or something. So it's like he's saying justice is balanced by mercy, mercy is balanced by justice. So if he says so justice, like so I don't like justice is balanced by mercy. Mercy is balanced by justice. No justice, no peace, but no mercy, no peace. But if there's like not legitimate like justice, then yeah, of course there ain't gonna be no peace. Like that's what we're all talking about here. You know, like I feel like that. Yeah, if it's like if I'm being killed because I'm sitting here crossing the street, that's not justice. What is that? And that's what I'm like, yeah. It's then talking on the George Floyd situation. I'm like, what did he? Okay, so if it was all because he was like paying for stuff with counterfeit money and things, so his life was, you know, he had his life taken away over that. I'm saying that's not justice right there. Like the justice is getting those cops behind bars and making sure they don't, it ain't just some slap on the wrist where they just get a few years in prison or found not guilty. No, these guys need to get the same treatment as if it was me that had my knee on the back of a cop's neck and killed them. Because I know for a fact if I did some stuff like that, I definitely would have got life in prison or the death penalty. But I'm like, yeah, but for these cops, what was the one situation where the woman, she walked into the wrong apartment and killed the guy thinking that she was in her apartment. And my thing is that you can't see, because see, here's the thing. I would know for a fact, like to just speak on that case, I would know for a fact that I am on the wrong floor, okay? Because I would look around. There's like small little details and things. And I feel like that everybody, it's crazy because you would think that, you know, like stuff that you think about on a regular basis, then when you see somebody share it online, they be like, oh, I deal with the same things. Then you realize that you're not alone on stuff. So I know for a fact that I am not the only one where if I know that I'm on the wrong street or the wrong floor or the wrong building, because there are details, there are things that I remember from last time that are not there this time. I remember when last year when I think it had snowed, like it was like snowing pretty bad and things. And I remember I walked up to to this corner store from my house. And so I had went down the wrong street. And I started looking around. I'm like, yo, these houses don't look the same. But I didn't continue walking down the street and things. And then it was just all like, oh, the street changed on me. Or, you know, like they didn't cross my mind that I'm on the like wrong street or something. So anyways, yeah, but I realized where I was at. I'm like, oh, I'm on the wrong street. So I went back. And then I remember when my old job, the cafe job that I had, I remember when they called me in for the second interview and I was lost because I was like, I don't really go to downtown Seattle that much. But yeah, I got lost. I was like looking around and I was just all like, wait a second. And I went to like all these different locations except the one location. It was funny because I was standing in front of I walked past the location numerous times. And then I remember I was like looking it up and I was standing right in front of the building that I was supposed to be in. But yeah, I remember when I went to the other location that was in the area and there was this like horse statue in there. And I'm like, I don't remember this horse statue. I don't remember it at all. And plus it had like revolving doors and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. Like it should have been a welcome mat or a family photo or just the belongings that was in the apartment. It's not like you guys are going to have like twin identical belongings. Like you guys are obviously, when you go into that apartment, you're going to realize, hey, this is a different apartment. And plus like you guys sit down and think about it. What was the door situation? Like, was the door unlocked? Was the door locked? Was it open? Was it closed? Like, what was the situation? What was the deal with that? So that's why I'm like, that case, and then for her to like, yeah, she like wrongfully killed this guy, not realizing she only got like what, like 2-3 years in prison or something. Knowing if it would have been the other way around, they'd been all like, oh no, this guy, he was out to kill this woman because she's a cop and all that. It's like hatred towards cops, and he most likely would have he had gotten more years than her, no doubt about it. They were sharing this post that's been going around of this these like, it was a white person and it was a black person. They both did the same crime, was in the same courtroom, same judge, all of that. Everything was the same. Maybe like not the jury and stuff or whatever, but anyways, but yeah, it was like same everything. It was like same crime, same judge, same courtroom, all of that. And the white guy, I think he only got like maybe a few years in prison. But then the other guy, the black guy, he got like 20-something years in prison. He got more years than the white guy, and they both did the same thing. So you would think that, okay, same crime, same situation, they would get the same amount of years, right? No. So that, if anything, Terry Crews, that is what we're talking about. We want equality. We want the same things that would happen to a white person. We want the same, like if a black person commits a crime. So yeah, because let's say for an example, George Floyd, if he wasn't black, if he was white, do you think they would have really did something? They would have killed them for paying, what, a counterfeit 20? Like, I'm not trying to sit here and say, like, you know, like, the impossible or the possible is impossible, but I'm just saying, like, do you think that situation would have been the same if he was white? If he was like some like white guy, old white guy. Well, actually, you know what? No. Then again, it's like thinking about it, seeing some of the videos that's been coming out today where these cops, I think now these cops are just like on the edge. They can't trust nobody because there's been two different videos of cops pushing down old white men. And I'm thinking in my head, I'm like, dang, if like old white men can't get a chance, then black men, we definitely don't stand a chance. Like, yeah, that video of that cop pushing down that old guy, that he was bleeding from his ear or something. I was like, yo, that is some wild stuff. I'm like, and it's an old man. They said dude was like 70 something years old. He was just asking a question or something. Then I think with this other guy, he was, yeah, same situation. He was just asking the question. So it's like it's old white men and black men. We ain't getting no justice whatsoever. So it's like, yeah, cops, they're like, I don't know. Yeah, if it's like maybe he is saying like no mercy, like because like cops, they're just showing no mercy towards people. So maybe it is with us, but if it's not, then I don't know. But anyways, then he said another tweet, mercy is the only thing that prevents us all from getting what we deserve. So yeah, speaking on cops, right? Because it's like cops ain't showing no mercy to these guys. It's like they're not even doing anything. So I'm saying it's like then with the situation with the dude, he was at the Wendy's and then he grabbed a non-lethal weapon and was aiming it at cops. So it's like you guys can't fight a non-lethal weapon with another non-lethal weapon. I'm saying it's like it doesn't even like I'm pretty sure like with the police grade weapon, an average Joe on the street ain't gonna know how to use it. So I'm like, I would imagine that the like technology, there should be some sort of technology and some sort of advancement within police technology or military technology or any of that stuff that your average person on the street would not know how to use it because it is not in his level. That is not in his lane. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's just with that situation where they shot and killed that man, all because I'm like, okay, you guys mean to tell me all those like videos, and I said this before, but I'm like, all those videos of those cops getting tased and stuff that was on Ridiculousness, America's Funniest Videos, or the most viewed video of the day on YouTube or something, you mean to tell me all those videos is just a waste? I feel like it was meant for us to watch those videos, so then when a situation like this happens where a man gets wrongfully killed for like aiming a taser at a cop and things, yeah, it like makes sense because it's like, okay, well, what was those videos all about then? Those videos should have never existed, if that's the case. So, yeah, I'm like, yeah, it was, and then on top of that, I'm like, oh, so it's like he can do that, or he can't do that. He can't hold a non-lethal weapon towards a cop, but a cop can tase another cop and he won't face no punishment over it. Because I remember there was a video where a cop, he like tased the other cop, and most likely he was like, oh yeah, it was just an accident. It was just, I wasn't tripping about it. And I know a lot of people would say like, oh, well, it's like the guy aiming the taser at the cops. That wasn't no accident. But yeah, if you're scared out of your mind and you have that feeling that you're about to die, you're going to try to defend yourself, right? He was running away. It wasn't like he was like running towards the cops. He was running away from the cops. So that man was fearing for his life. Sadly, his life was taken away. But I'm like, yeah, it's like somebody's fearing for their life. Like, what are they supposed to do? They're scared. I'm like, and it's funny how people, when they're like, they've never been in a situation like that, try telling you that, like, oh, well, just follow the rules, follow the procedure. If you're scared, rules and procedures are not going to be crossing your mind. You're scared. You're thinking that you're about to die. Like, yeah, you're going to be, like, doing something to a certain extent, but you're still scared on top of that. So it's like, yeah, dude could have laid down on the ground, just pretty much, like, dealt with the fact of getting arrested and all that stuff. But, yeah, it's, it's just people get scared and things. They just, like, can't help it if they're scared. It's like, that's people do. They get scared and stuff. They panic, so... But anyways, but yeah, it's like Terry Crews, he's being weird with his tweets and stuff. Oh, he's playing the one game of Ghost of Tsushima. Huh, that's crazy. Never would have thought, I don't know, that's crazy. I've been playing that game. That game is pretty good. But anyways, yeah, I'm not really, they have this one guy, he's like a Viner and stuff. He was, he was on America's Got Talent. He's this Viner named Vincent Marcus. Yeah, that dude's talented. That man got like millions of followers on social media and stuff. That's what I'm like. Somebody with like millions of followers on social media, I'm like, you're set, you're straight. Like, you already got to the point that you need to get to. What do you need to get on America's Got Talent for? I'm like, I guess it'd be cool and all, but I'm like, yeah, but it's like, bro, you got like millions of followers. Like, if anything, you should be like a guest appearance on America's Got Talent, like a guest judge or something. Like, you're a talented dude already. So, but anyways, but yeah, that's enough with Terry Crews. Now to get on, how do you know that you have a hater? How do you know that somebody is hating on you? You know, and that's the thing where I'm like, I've dealt with my fair share of hate. I'm pretty sure a lot of other people, they can say that they've dealt with their fair share of hate. There's yeah, you know, a lot of people and stuff. But anyways, I guess speaking on my situation, how I knew I had haters, just the way that they were acting. Like, you can tell the difference between a hater and a fan. A fan, it's like they don't care what you upload, they don't care what you do. They're gonna show the most amount of support and love towards whatever you're doing. But a hater, they are going. So I know the one thing with my haters, and I'm like other people, you know, just I guess to warn you guys for people like this. Some haters is going to try to say that they're criticizing you. And my thing is like, no, criticism, the way that you guys, like the way that my haters criticize me, I was like, this is not criticism. This is not criticism at all. People have asked me to criticize stuff that they've done, and if I would have acted any way that the haters have acted towards me, towards somebody else, oh, I wouldn't expect anything less of a person to like hate my guts. I'm like, why? My thing is that like how is calling me, you know, speaking like, you know, talking on like racism and stuff, like all like the whole Terry Crews like segment of this episode and things, but speaking a little bit on racism and things, how is calling me the N-word criticizing me? Like, how is that supposed to help me in the future? I'm supposed to stop being black? Like, I don't understand. Like, that's some stuff where I'm like, no, that's just not making any sense to me, where somebody would do some stuff like that, or if they're purposely trying to ruin your business. Like, that's not criticism. That's one thing that I feel like that people need to know, is that if a hater comes to your channel saying that they're criticizing you, like, then they need to criticize you. But if they're purposely trying to, because my thing is that, okay, if a person is trying to criticize you, and let's say that you don't accept their criticism, they need to move on. They need to move on. Like, never talk to you again, move on. I know if I'm criticizing the person and they don't want to hear my criticism, I'm like, all right, well, forget it. You know, I'm like, that's on you. Like, I'm overall just going to do my thing and just, you know, not criticize you and stuff. Like, I'm not going to sit here and waste my time, like, trying to criticize you and things. Like, if you don't want it, then all right, I'll just go and help somebody else grow and stuff. So, and then plus on top of that, it's like, when you are criticizing a person, at least have like some background history, like your criticism works. You know, like have it where there's like some, because my thing is that, let's say for an example, if this is like a record label, right? And you know, a manager or a record label owner, they come up to me and they're all like, hey, your music's trash, or your music, or it's like, you know, it's not quite, because my thing is, this is how criticism needs to be and stuff. Like, you don't go up to a person saying that their stuff is trash and then try saying like, oh, that's just me criticizing you and stuff. No, you need to get deep and detailed on why you don't like the song that I had just released. Okay, because like, let's say for an example, you're like, okay, so you say some stuff like, if you're criticizing my music, so you'd be like, oh, the drums was too early on this part, or the vocals wasn't high enough, or the vocals were too high, you couldn't really hear the instrumentals, there wasn't a whole lot of instrumentals and stuff. Like, hey, like, you know, like, have it where the vocals are perfect, the instrumentals are perfect, the drums don't like start at a random time, the guitar solo, it doesn't sound like all off beat and things. Like, here are some artists that have been signed to my label that has followed my advice, and they've made tens of millions of dollars off of the criticism that I've given them. So that, to me, that is actual legitimate criticism that you can count on. But criticism coming from somebody with nothing behind their name, like there's nothing to show for that, oh yeah, they helped this musician or YouTuber or actor or a podcaster or anybody. There's like no evidence of their criticism helping somebody else. but they're still trying to push this. Like, to me, I'm like, nah, you guys is worse than Jehovah's Witnesses. I'm saying, like, you guys are like worse than like telemarketers or what else? Them dudes with like trying to sell you their albums in like downtown Seattle. I swear, them like guys, I'm so glad I ain't got work downtown in Seattle no more. I'm telling you, that stuff was just frustrating. Like, having to go across the streets back and forth, then you get confused. You're like, wait a minute, what side of the street am I supposed to be on and stuff? Because these guys done messed me all up and things. But anyways, yeah, it's like, you know, you like have like some like have it where it's like your criticism, there's like something to show for. You know, like that's why I'm like, with me, I'm like, I don't go around like because if I don't like something, I'm gonna flat out just say it. I don't like it. Like, if somebody, they tell me, like, oh, check out my music, and I'm all like, oh, you know, this ain't the type of music that I listen to. You know, and I'm just like, yeah, I'm like, I just don't, like, I'm sorry, I don't like it. You know, it's like, it ain't like with me. I'm like, somebody out there, see, that's the thing, though, because my thing is that if somebody is not going to like what you're doing, somebody will. Somebody is going to like what you're doing. I'm not the only person on this earth. There are billions, okay, of people on earth. So you have to understand that somebody, might not be me, but somebody out there is going to like what you're doing. So that's why I'm like, yeah, it's like that's what you mainly got to look forward to when you're putting yourselves out there for something and things. But yeah, haters on the other hand, like them guys, man. So like, there's like a lot of things. I feel like how long have I been recording for? I feel like I've been recording 25 minutes. I'm gonna go on a little bit long. I'm gonna go on a little bit longer and stuff. What other things can I say about haters? Oh yeah, if they're so I did talk about if they're like purposely trying to ruin your business and stuff. So yeah, if they're like going out on social media and things, saying like, oh, this person's music is trash and all that, like they're not focused on anything else. They're just completely focused on you. They're a hater. Plain and simple. I think, yeah, everybody knows that I was like talking about the Twitter hater not too long ago. Yeah, that's a hater. That's a hater. There ain't nobody trying to give me criticism. That guy is a hater. I'm saying, like, and it's like, okay, it's like if he was trying to criticize me and things, like, why go at it the way that you're going at it? Where it's like, it doesn't even seem like that you're criticizing. You're just insulting everything that I do. Like that's how you know that it's hate, is when the person is insulting you. They're not even criticizing you. They're just all like, oh, your videos are trash. They need to be like this person. That's not a criticizing comment. You're trying to make me be somebody that I don't want to be. So that's why I'm like, no. That's why I'm like, yeah, that's one thing. I know people might ask, like, should you listen to hate? Unless you're doing one of those, like, reading hate comments videos. That's the one and only time you should honestly listen to anything from the haters. Is when you're doing, like, a reading hate comments or listening to haters videos or something. The one and only time you should see or hear anything from your haters. But when you're sitting on a toilet or when you're out and about with your friends or when you're just, scrolling through your comments and you not doing no hater themed video, you should not listen to anybody that's hating on you. Criticism, advice, whatever they want to call it, don't listen to it. Listen to yourself. If anybody should criticize you, it should be yourself. That should be the only criticism that matters. So if you don't like the way that your camera looks, you should be the one to fix that. If you don't like the way that your microphone sounds, you should be the one to fix that. If you don't like the music that you're making, you should be the one to fix that. Nobody else. Because my thing is that, okay, you got all this stuff to say about my videos, my music, my YouTube channels, my acting, my singing, my rapping. If you got all these things to say, then that's one thing that you can get a hater caught up in, is by telling them, okay, well, if you don't like the stuff that I'm doing, then you do it. I said that so many times to haters and stuff, and this is their excuse. Oh, I'm only doing this as a hobby. I'm only leaving these comments who leaves comments as a hobby? So your hobby is commenting on other people's. That I'm like, yeah, you don't listen to somebody that says that they're treating it as a hobby. No, you need to listen to people that's being dead serious about what they're into. So somebody, I feel like if somebody approaches you and they're like not like, they have like no credibility or any of that stuff, like showing that whatever advice or criticism or any of that stuff that they give to you is worthy, You know, but the thing is though, if they're being dead serious about it, like they're not, because that's why I'm all like, yeah, a person that doesn't have nothing, that is trying to help you, that is, I feel like something like that matters. Like something is like happening there. You know, a connection is happening, because my thing is that if I were to criticize somebody that's roughly the same as me, or a little bit above me, or a little bit beneath me, or they just started, I'm going to criticize their videos. I'm like, hey, like, you know, and there's been times where it's like people have came to me to have me like, or ask me to like criticize their videos and stuff, and I try to be as kind as possible. I have never ever in my life criticized a person's videos and been like, oh, you know, like, yeah, that video was trash, that was horrible, like, stop uploading videos, them videos are stupid. Honestly, because there's been friends that have came up to me. I remember there was one of my friends in high school where she, whoa, wait a minute, why is Nike trending? What did Nike do? Oh, I thought these shoes came out. What are they talking about? It's like an official release thing of these shoes. I thought these shoes had just came out. I've been feeling Nike though. They've been coming out with some heat lately. They came out with these Vapor Max shoes that actually look pretty nice. I'm trying to like chill on shoes, but I'm like, dang, it's like, you know, it's kind of hard to do that when you review them online and stuff. But anyways, what was I saying before Nike had distracted me? What was I say? Okay, so yeah, so yeah, if it's like somebody where it's like, you know, a little, so yeah, like, no, okay, so that's what I was saying. I was like getting ready to start from the beginning of what I was saying, but no, I remember where I last left off. So there's one of my friends that I went to school with, and I remember when she started a YouTube channel, and the one person that she came up to was me, because I was the one kid that was talking about YouTube so much when I was in school. So I remember she came up to me and told me like, hey, I uploaded a video, like, can you watch it and stuff? So I'm like, yeah, sure, I don't mind and things. So I watched it, and there were some things that I noticed, like, in the videos, like, she was nervous, she wasn't blinking that much, you know, like, it was stuff like that, but I turned it into a joke. Me and her, we were like, well, I don't know, we hadn't talked in a while, but at the time being, we were good enough friends to where it's like, we can crack jokes on each other and stuff. So I was just all like, yeah, maybe blink a little bit more in the videos, but it was something that was like, okay, that we can laugh about. But if I would have realized that I offended her, I'd been like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't realize, like, you know, that was, you know, your thing, or I didn't realize. I was just like, you know, if you wanted me to watch it and you wanted some feedback, here's my feedback and stuff. So I was just like, you know, just have like a minimum of 5 blinks like in the video and stuff. That's all I'm asking for. But no, but it was all like, you know, it wasn't some stuff where I came up to her and I was just all like, I didn't like the fact that you didn't blink throughout the whole video, so therefore I'm never gonna watch her videos again. But then come back the next time she uploads, I'm like, oh, this video was worse than the last one, I'm never watching the videos again. Then it's just like, do you come back after the third video? I'm like, oh, I didn't even, like, I seen better videos than this. I'm never gonna watch her. It's stuff like that where I'm like, okay, you're coming off as a hater. You are coming off as a hater. If you gotta keep continuously coming back and back and back to tell me whatever you want to tell me, and it ain't some positive stuff. I don't know why there's like haters at one point was trying to tell me like only accepting positivity on your YouTube channel. That's not good. Why? Why is it not good? Why is it a problem for me to hear anything positive? That's some type of stuff where I'm like, okay, so that's how you want to go throughout your whole life? You want to hear nothing but negativity? I can understand if you're joking, but if you're being dead serious about it, like every time when I'm doing something, you feel like you gotta like say something bad about it, I'm not gonna want to be cool with you. I'm not gonna want to hear anything from you. I'm saying like, no, how, and then that's where it's like the whole like you being your own criticizer and stuff. I'm like, yeah, if you're not getting the job, so like let's say for an example, if you're working somewhere, right? And then the person is all like, oh, I don't like the way that they work. I don't like the way that they fold the clothes or the way that they put the shoes on like the display shelves and stuff. Like, oh yeah, they're doing. So I'm like, yeah, if it's some stuff like that, then it's just like, you know, don't listen to people like that. Either way, in both situations, whether you are getting positive feedback or negative feedback, you should be at the end of the day your own criticizer. Nobody else. You should be the only one criticizing everything that you do. So that's why I'm like, yeah, if you're receiving like negative feedback, so there's somebody saying like, oh, the way that you stack stuff is horrible, or the way that you fold clothes, it's not good. You need to do it like this and stuff. Like not even realizing, I'm like, and that's the thing where I'm like, okay, well, can you have like every customer come in here saying like, okay, like, do they honestly care whether the clothes? Because I'm saying customers are gonna come through, they're gonna unfold them clothes, like put them all on their chest and things to see if like, oh, if this shirt fits or if these pants fit. Or they're gonna try on the shoes and all that stuff. They're not going to care what the shoes or what the shirt, how it's folded or any of that stuff. They're going to put if the shirt looks nice, they're not going to, or they want to see how the shirt's going to look on them, they're not going to care. You know how many times a person I've seen where it's like, and even include myself, where it's like I like unfolded a shirt to see if I like it. I've given it some old sloppy fold up and I just put it right back on the shelf. So that's why I'm all like, yeah, it's not going to matter. Like, I guess, yeah, to be like, oh, like a neat freak and all that stuff, then, you know, cool. Like, I guess, like, as soon as it opens and then as soon as it closes, then, yeah, you know, like, make the clothes look all neat and stuff. But, yeah, throughout the day, people are going to be messing with that stuff left and right. So it's, like, constantly going back and folding anything. I don't know. I feel like that has absolutely nothing to do with like hating things, but I'm just saying, getting back to the whole hate train stuff. But yeah, somebody's hating on the way that you fold the clothes, then it's all like, okay, well then like make sure you like every customer that comes through here, like ask them like, oh, how does this look? Like you gotta ask every single customer, you gotta ask every person. And that's why I'm like, you know, even like talking to my haters and stuff, where they're saying like, oh, like nobody's gonna watch your videos or you're never going to. Okay, well then if that's the case, then you gotta ask every person on YouTube, do they like my videos? Because if it's like, if you're not going to do that, then there's no reason for you to give me your quote unquote criticism. All right. So, but anyways, yeah, then if it's like positive feedback, you know, positive feedback, it's like, oh, cool. So I'm doing something right. But then it should be like someone like, okay, let me change things up. Let me do something different and see how people react to it. And once again, it's the same circle over and over again. It's up to you on whether you're going to like it or not. That should be the only thing that matters. So if you want to, instead of folding the shirts as a square, you want to fold them as a triangle, and you like that design better. However, whatever feedback that you get, like that's on, you know, like that's on that person. But the criticism that you give yourself should be the only thing that matters. Honestly, it should be. Because no, it's like, even talking about like my time working at this cafe in downtown Seattle, there have been times where I changed up how stuff looked on the shelves, like for like the drinks and things, or for the snacks and all that stuff. I'll change it up a little bit. And the thing is, it's like, yeah, customers don't care. So it's like, you're doing this for like the customer's benefit, where it's like, oh, if somebody criticizes you because they're thinking of the customers and stuff, customers are not going to care. Customers not. That's one thing that I can tell you about working in a customer service like job. When people come up to you, manager, supervisor, or other employees and stuff, when they tell you things like how the customers are going to feel about something, because there was the one thing that they had brought up a lot at my job was the decorations. And so it was probably like maybe once a month when customers would talk about the decorations at my job. But you have to understand, we had like 500 plus people coming through that through my cafe. So it was man, I'm telling you, because the cafe was like in this building. So it was like Nordstrom's, it was some other companies, but they would all come down to us. We had hundreds of customers come through that place. Not like maybe one of them, but once a month. We were open Monday through Friday, every single week. So it wasn't like, oh, once a month we were open. No, we were open. We're open every single day except the weekends. So it was like, what, maybe one customer will be like, oh yeah, them decorations are nice. Oh, them decorations. But there had been times where we forgot the decorations same day. It wasn't like the day was going to change or people was going to go off on us because we didn't have decorations and stuff. Nobody cares. And that's why I'm like, to kind of like place it into music or into YouTube or into acting. Stuff is meant to be different. Stuff is meant to be completely different. So listening to a person on one thing, like, no, it's like I said, right back to where, like, you know, listening to your own criticism street. Always be on that street. Don't be on anything. Don't be on any other street. Always be on the street where you're listening to your own criticism. That should be the only thing that matters. And when you feel like that you're about to question something, listen to your own criticism. Listen to how you feel about it. So if you're going to question this podcast, listen to your own criticism. Are you going to follow what I say, or are you not going to follow what I say? It is up to you. It is your choice. I wish I could do a dramatic walk-off, but it's only audio that's being recorded and stuff. But imagine me doing a dramatic walk-off. But anyways, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed this. Or thank you for watching and or listening. If you're viewing this on YouTube, make sure you like and subscribe. And if you're viewing this off a podcast streaming service, make sure you follow or subscribe, however it's set up. And if you're purchasing tickets from SeatGeek, make sure you use my promo code TMossBoss. It would knock $20 off your first purchase. And that being said, I will talk to you guys later. Thank you guys for watching and or listening, and peace.